My crazy ex-girlfriend has been stalking me and I need advice update. She got arrested. Part 2. Update. Hey Reddit, it's me again. I posted a few weeks ago about my ex-girlfriend, Sarah, who turned into a full-blown stalker after our breakup. Well, buckle up, because things took a turn I never could have predicted. After my last post, I thought I'd seen the worst of it. I was wrong. Sarah somehow found out where I was working. I'd switched jobs to avoid her, and started showing up there. At first, she'd just hang around the parking lot, but then she started coming inside. She'd pretend to be a customer and just stare at me. My coworkers thought it was weird, but I didn't want to make a scene, so I kept my head down and tried to ignore her. Then one day, I got a call from my boss. He said someone had been calling the office, claiming to be my fiancé and asking for my schedule. I knew immediately it was Sarah. I told my boss the truth, that she was my ex and had been stalking me, and he was understanding, but he warned me to keep it professional and not let it affect my work. Things got even weirder when I started getting emails from her. She'd created fake accounts to get around me blocking her, and the messages were unsettling. She'd write things like, "I know you still love me," and "We're meant to be together, even if you don't see it yet." I stopped opening them, but they kept coming. The breaking point came last week. I was at home, trying to relax after a long day, when I heard a noise outside my window. I live on the ground floor, so I went to check it out, and there she was. Sarah standing in my backyard holding a box. I freaked out and told her to leave, but she just smiled and said, "I brought you something." I called the police immediately, but by the time they arrived, she was gone. She'd left the box on my doorstep, though. Inside was a scrapbook filled with photos of me, some from when we were together, but others were clearly taken without my knowledge. There were pictures of me at work, at the gym, even just walking my dog. The last page had a note that said, "Our love story isn't over yet." I was done. I showed the scrapbook to the police, and they finally took me seriously. They issued a restraining order and told me to call them if she came near me again. Fast forward to 2 days ago. I was at a friend's house trying to take my mind off everything when I got a notification from my home security camera. I opened the app and saw Sarah inside my apartment. She'd broken in through a window. I called the police and rushed home, but by the time I got there, they'd already arrested her. She was sitting on my couch, surrounded by candles she'd lit, and she'd laid out a bunch of my clothes in the shape of a heart. She looked calm, like she didn't even realize she'd done anything wrong. The police took her in, and I finally felt like I could breathe. She's been charged with breaking and entering, violating the restraining order, and stalking. I don't know what's going to happen next, but for the first time in months, I feel like I might actually be able to move on with my life. Thanks to everyone who commented on my last post with advice and support. It really helped me stay sane through all of this.